Alright guys, welcome to the Ancaster driving tour. Right now we're driving into Ancaster along Wilson Street, and in this video here we're going to be diving into each one of the neighborhoods, giving you an idea of what each of them looks like as you drive through, as anywhere you choose to live in Ancaster is a good area, but it might not be right for you and your family. So in this video here, hopefully you'll get a better idea of what it's like to live here, boots on the ground. And as we are entering Ancaster, we're actually passing the parking lot right here for the most iconic waterfall Ancaster is known for. So that's the start of the hike to the Tiffany Falls. It's probably the easiest waterfall to get to that has a bit of hike before it, but it's a nice little short hike that you're just really walking alongside the creek before you end up at the base of Tiffany Falls. Now, as you can see here, we're right now on Wilson Street and we're kind of climbing up, and that's because Ancaster sits on top of the Niagara Escarpment. So once we get into Ancaster, as we're kind of doing right now, that's where it's going to be a lot more of a level feel. So as we come up to the first light, you have a couple of different options. We're not going to go there today, as we're going to be seeing some other neighborhoods that are quite similar. But if you were to take a left on Montgomery, that would take you to the Ancaster Heights neighborhood. Now here is one of the more established neighborhoods in Ancaster. So you're going to find some of those original bungalows, as well as a lot of infill projects here. And in terms of like views from your home's backyard, Ancaster Heights is going to have the best one, as we were just climbing up the escarpment. So there's some hills that are going to be right on the edge of the escarpment, of course. Then off to the right, you got a nice little neighborhood here as well. But we're entering into one of the biggest cons, I would have to say, about living in Ancaster, and there's not that many cons to be concerned of, but really right here on Wilson Street, this next set of lights you're going to be seeing is definitely one of the biggest traffic bottlenecks. Now, we're driving in the middle of the day on Wednesday, so it's not going to be that bad, but I can tell you from past experiences, the amount of times I get stuck at this light over it going red, green, red, green, red, green before I'm able to take a left. And the reason why that is that over here is the easiest access to the Lincoln Alexander Parkway, which of course takes you out to the 403 to either go westbound to like London or eastbound to Toronto. But then you're also right on the link, so you can go across the Hamilton Mountain. So this is one of the 5, I believe, highway entrances right here. And as you see, we just took a left. So now we're sitting basically, or driving through the middle corridor of Ancaster. So again, similar to Ancaster Heights, you got some original homes on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, but then a wide variety of custom estates, all with their own unique look and feel. And that's really what you're gonna be finding in the middle corridor of Ancaster, as all these time periods were really built in the same time. Now, with that said, one of the things that you're going to be seeing more over here, as we're kind of closer to the highway as well as the escarpment, these homes here are a lot more custom estates. The further you go back, you're still going to find some custom estates throughout, but they seem to be a bit more common over here. And just in terms of the density between the ratio of original bungalows and detached homes. So if we were to go straight, we would jump on the link, but we're gonna go see first the main shopping plaza here in Ancaster, and that's gonna be the Meadowlands Shopping Plaza. Before we get there, we have the Russo School right here. If you wanna learn more about these schools in Ancaster, keep on watching. I'll share where you can go to learn all of that. But we're also going to be passing the 2 primary high schools in this driving tour here that have both been rated highly on the Fraser Institute rankings.
"2,000 years later."
Alrighty, so we're now taking a left turn on the Golf Links Road, and this is going to be another main road. We were just on Wilson. If we kept driving there as well, we would have ended up at the downtown village of Ancaster, which we will be definitely driving through in a moment. The next main road is, like you said, is the Golf Links Road, because this is one. Anywhere from the Meadowlands to the shopping center is going to have the easiest access to the link over here right beside the plaza, but it's also one of the 2 major shopping plazas that you're going to be finding in Ancaster. So At the beginning of the plaza, where we're about to see in just a moment, you're gonna find a fantastic brunch spot at Pure and Simple. You have the Cineplex for those movie nights. You got the LCBO. You have a great Indigo that's fantastic to work because it's got a Starbucks attached to it as well. A few other restaurants like Kelsey's or Milestones. And then as you kind of move into the middle, that's where you're gonna be finding the Costco, the Home Depot, the Sports Check, the Best Buy. You even actually have a little dog park here as well. It's more of like a free run area that's fenced in. So it's a perfect spot if you're looking to spend an afternoon with the dogs running around and not having to worry too much about them. Yeah, so you can see all the amazing, you got Healthy Planet as well as another great spot. And why it's called the Meadowlands Shopping Plaza is because on the right hand side, what we're about to turn into is the Meadowlands neighborhood. So we'll take a right at these lights here, but as you can see, ample amount of stores to shop at the Meadowlands Shopping Plaza. That's also what I should mention as well. There's not many condo options in Ancaster. You'll find a couple scattered throughout. One of the more common ones, especially for my downsizing clients, is just across the plaza back there. We just drove past. It's these low-rise condos that offer lots of living space, 1,100, 1,300, 1,400 square feet. So great for those people that are looking to downsize. So right now, we're driving through the Meadowlands neighborhood, and in a moment, we're actually going to be taking a tour through a townhome in this neighborhood here. So if you want to take a look at that one, or another townhome that we're going to be touring shortly, that's just a short walk away from the Ancaster Village, keep on watching. But this road we're driving down right now on the Meadowlands, as you can see, compared to like Maywood or Ancaster Heights, a lot more of a similar style homes. Now with that said, in the Meadowlands neighborhood, while it was built in a similar time periods, there's definitely a transition. So we entered really on the older side of the Meadowlands. They started really building this a little bit in the late 80s, but primarily in the 90s, early 2000s. And as we head further north and closer to Rymel Road, that is where we're going to be finding the newest developments that are going on, including the townhome we're going to be seeing today in this neighborhood here that was built in 2022. But right now, on our right, we're actually right beside the biggest neighborhood park in the Meadowlands, and that's the Meadowlands Park right here. As you can see, it's got a basketball diamond, tennis courts, lots of green space, as well as an amazing jungle gym. And of course, there's two schools located on either side of that park there, one public and Catholic elementary schools. Now, in terms of the sheer number of schools, the Meadowlands is going to have the most, so it's going to be the easiest for your kids to walk to, or most likely, I should say, with it being just a short walk. And that's simply because there's 4 different elementary schools here, 2 public and 2 Catholic. So as you can see on the right, you can see some of the townhomes. These were probably built around 2015, 2010, I would imagine, here as well. And that's the other thing. In the Meadowlands, you're going to find a mixture of freehold townhomes and condo townhomes, or townhomes that are on a parcel of tied land, which essentially means it's just on a private road. So I believe it's like these ones over here are just on a private road. So you own the freehold ownership of the house, but there's usually a common element associated with, of course, the road maintenance and, of course, like the landscaping of the area. In other words, maintaining the private road that you're sitting on. But now we're kind of entering into the newer developed areas of the Meadowlands. So you can see that similar-ish style, just a little bit newer as well. We're actually going to pass one of the other elementary schools, and one of the newer elementary schools in the Meadowlands and Ancaster in general as well. That's the other thing, like what you're gonna find here, typically speaking, in the Meadowlands, is, yes, slightly newer homes, but usually newer homes come with smaller sized lots. So if you're looking for something with mature trees, as you see here, like you got a lot of brand new trees that are easily under 10 years old, you're not gonna be finding that, especially on the north end of the Meadowlands. You can find that a little bit on the south end, but it's best to go look in the Oak Hill neighborhood if you want something that's still like this size of home with bigger mature trees built in, like, they'll call it the 90s, or like we saw at the beginning, the wide variety of homes kind of in that middle corridor of Ancaster. So as you can see, a very family-friendly neighborhood here. And here is actually gonna be the elementary school, Tiffany Hills Public Elementary School right here. And in a moment, we'll be touring a lovely townhome that is right beside this school here. It's less than a 2-minute walk for your kids to attend. One of the best schools in all of Hamilton based on, of course, the Fraser Institute rankings. So watch this. We just take a little loop around this roundabout here. And then it's our first left is right over. So this is gonna be the first townhome we're gonna be touring today. And as you can see how short of a walk it is from the Tiffany Hills High School or elementary school. So let me jump out of the car and show you this home. Alrighty guys, so welcome to the first home we're gonna be touring today. It's this lovely freehold townhome right behind me here that's listed in the Meadowlands neighborhood. And as you saw, is just a short walk away from great elementary schools. Now, in a moment, I'll share with you the price of what this is listed for, but a lot of my clients who are relocating from Toronto, or usually that growing family, are looking for a little extra space, are looking at townhomes exactly like this. So get a nice little front porch right here before you enter. Now, this home here offers 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, and the powder room is just as you walk in here. You got your main level powder room for all your guests to use, but really the first thing you notice as you walk in is just the ceiling height. You got 9 feet ceilings throughout, and of course, much higher ceilings as it goes up to the second floor, which we'll tour in just a moment. Easy garage access right there. But the star of the home is really this open concept layout on the main floor, as you have this great living room, dining room right off to the right there, all connected to your kitchen, which has got this nice island quartz. Actually, I believe they're granite countertops, updated appliances as well. And the other great thing about this townhome here is you actually have quite a deep lot. Now, this is a relatively newer townhome as this was built in 2022, but as you can see, no fences have been put up at all. However, you do have a great sized lot, so ample room in the backyard, which is not always found in newer townhomes like this one here, as this offers about 1,600 square feet of above grade living. Now, with that said, right in this door here is where you have your unfinished basement, so you can easily finish that up, add an extra bathroom, add an extra room, whatever you want as well. Now, as we head on up here to the second floor, if you're interested in townhomes like this one here, send me and my team a message today. We'd be happy to point you in the right direction of what other neighborhoods like the Meadowlands could be a good fit for you and your family. So send me and my team a message today. But now that we're on the second floor, the first room we're gonna take a look at is the primary bedroom. So of course, this right now is staged with, it looks to be a double bed, but easily could fit a king size bed with this room here. You got lots of afternoon light right here, a huge walk-in closet over in this corner here, as well as your own ensuite bathroom that is a 4-piece right here with a standalone shower and tub, as well as his or her sink. So of course, you got your shower, and then the tub is just behind the door right here. Then if you got kids, which usually a lot of my clients who are relocating from Toronto looking for more space do have, you have 2 bedrooms on the back side. Now before we go take a look at them, here is the other main bathroom for upstairs. Of course, you got your dual shower and bathtub here as well for the kids to use. Now here is the first of the 2 bedrooms and the bigger one of them. But as you can see, a great size for any kids' rooms or a home office. But what I think would be make a better home office is this room over here, a little bit shorter. However, similar-ish size as well with that double bed and another closet. So this home here is currently listed for $720,000. Let's continue our driving tour throughout Ancaster before checking out the second townhome we're gonna be touring today. All right guys, so now that you've seen the townhome that we had planned to tour in the Meadowlands, keep watching if you want to see another townhome that's a bit closer to the Ancaster village, so its walkability to the local gems is going to be a little bit better. However, with that said, it's in a little bit less of that neighborhood suburban feel that the Meadowlands has to offer you. And as you can see, lots of townhomes like the one we just saw are lining the streets right beside the Tiffany Hills Elementary School. But we can continue on to our next location that we're going to be going to, and that's going to be the Ancaster Smart Center. kind of on the other opposite end of the Meadowlands Shopping Plaza. So right here is Gardner Road. Now, if you're from Hamilton, you might know this, but if you're not, you probably don't. Gardner Road is actually Rymal Road. It just transitions in Ancaster to Gardner Road. Now, really for all of the Hamilton Mountain as well as Ancaster, if you are south of Rymal, you're usually in the neighborhoods, and if you're north of Rymal, you're really in like the rural farm fields, other than these couple bungalows and back splits over here. It's pretty much primarily farm fields. However, with that said, you do have a fantastic local gem we're coming up to right now, and that is going to be Bennett's Apple and Cider. So it's a family farm, as you can see here. We can pick up some amazing fresh baked goods, amazing apple pies in my opinion. Of course, you get the fresh produce, the apples, the strawberries. The sweet corn over here is absolutely amazing. If you're living in Ancaster and looking for the best sweet corn place, my favorite farm to go to is Cranston Farms to pick up a bushel, we'll say, of sweet corn. So right now we got a little bit of construction on Gardner right beside Redeemer University, so we'll wait for this to pass and I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, so we're now just driving through the construction zone. I believe they're working on the water mains over here on Gardner. But off to the right, you're going to find one of the more notable schools in Ancaster. It's the only university in Ancaster. It's a completely Christian university at Redeemer University. Now, of course, if you're living in Ancaster, you might be going to school. Probably not, though. However, they have some fantastic like community events that you can go there. I know they have a pickleball league that I know my dad enjoys playing in, as well as other open gym times to the public. But as we kind of continue here on Gardner, is actually going to come to one of the other favorite local gems in Ancaster. In my opinion, the best driving range, chipping area you're going to be finding all of Hamilton right here at the Eagle Classic. So of course, if you want to go with the family, you got a nice little mini putt course. As you can see, you got some covered tees over there as well. I got some heaters for those fall chipping days. And then, in my opinion, what makes it the best spot to chip at is right over here, their chipping area, as you can chip basically from 30, 40, 50, 60, up to about 85 yards out on those approach shots. So in terms of dialing in all those shots that kind of make or break the golf game, that's ending up, or that's where I end up to try to work out the kinks. Is always something broken with the golf game. But nonetheless, as we kind of continue along Gardner here, we're going to be passing by in just a second a lot of newer townhomes. Now that's primarily what you're going to be finding, as right now we're really driving along like the border of the Maple Lane Annex. It's a small sliver between really Gardner and the 403. Lots of homes were built really in the early 2000s was when it was first established, but a lot of townhomes are even being built today. So we're going to pass a group here. They're going to be a lot more common over near Gardner. Are these 3-story townhomes here that are pretty affordable, $600,000, $700,000. Now the downside of these, as you can see, they're kind of back to back, so no backyard, but you do got a nice little front porch. And of course, this is the 403 entrance right here we're just driving by. And as you can see, super convenient if you were to commute into Toronto or somewhere else in the GTA like Burlington and Oakville. Now, we're really just got more rural fields here for a hot minute until we really get to Highway 6 or like the Fiddler's Green road, and then it kind of opens back up. Now, we could cut down Fiddler's Green to really enter like the middle part of Ancaster, and that's actually where the next townhome we're going to be touring is right in the middle, right across from Ancaster's Village, essentially, or just a short walk away from it. However, with that said, we got a couple other points of interest in Ancaster I want to show you before we get there, so we'll kind of continue on straight here for a little bit longer. So here is Fiddler's Green. We're just passing now. It's another entry way to the 403. And all behind here, you got a lot of homes that were built in the 90s. We'll actually take a little turn in over here to kind of show you a bit of the neighborhood of what you can expect if you were to live in the Maple Lane Annex. Alrighty, so as we take a right into this neighborhood here, the first thing, of course, you probably have already noticed with the sign, was the one Catholic high school in Ancaster is located right here. It's the Bishop Tonos Catholic High School, of course, the top-rated Catholic high school in all of Hamilton in the most recent Fraser Institute rankings. And then on the left, we just have a lot of different townhomes, kind of built in the 2020s is rough time period here. But what I wanted to show you guys before we head out and go to our next neighborhood is a couple of the detached home options over here as well. As you can see, we're kind of right beside the 403, so you are going to notice, depending on how close you are to the 403, a little bit of that sound noise. But I wouldn't say, like, if we're over here right beside the high school, you're not really going to notice much of the sound. But as you can see, slightly older builds and slightly more affordable for that matter compared to the Meadowlands over here. And out of every area in Ancaster to buy a home, like price per square foot, I'd have to double check this, but I would assume that over here in the Maple Land Annex has probably got your best bet. All right, you can find the price per square foot in Oak Hill and Clearview Estates is definitely going to be the highest. And then you got kind of that middle corridor where you got that mixed bag of really small homes with huge size lots that are really getting built, or bought, I should say, to be built on, to again a bunch of custom infill homes, which is always nice to look at. But that was the Maple Lane Annex. So let me drive down Gardner a little bit more and stop off at the other main shopping plaza in Ancaster. So I'll see you there in a second. So this here is the Ancaster Smart Center. So as you can see, it's another large plaza similar to the Meadowlands Shopping Center, but in this one here, you can find a Walmart, a Canadian Tire, as well as a Good Life, a Winners, a Dollar Tree, just in this plaza here. But then just across Wilson Street as well, you're gonna find another shopping plaza that has the Longos, a Rona, actually a fantastic indoor golfing simulator, as well as an Albatross golfing simulator. And even for that matter, just across the street here, you're gonna find one of the better ice cream spots in Ancaster at the Tasty Scoop, this little pink house right there. But if we take a right now, we're gonna head over to the west side of Ancaster, usually the west side of Ancaster, which is definitely going to be the most expensive area to buy real estate as a whole. Now, of course, you can find some very expensive homes in every single one of the neighborhoods in Ancaster. However, with that said, over here, as you can see, so here's just one street, Caesar Place, that the builder has built, and they'll kind of have a similar look and style. But Oak Hill and Clearview Estates, those are the neighborhoods. Spring Valley as well, or Parkview Heights as sometimes it's referred to as well. You got a lot of these beautiful estate homes kind of just on the border, as you're going to be seeing here. The original homes were built in the 90s, so you got those larger family homes and then a lot of custom infill projects as well. So because the original homes are larger than those bungalows in the middle quarter, and then you have some beautiful estate homes here, like this one here that brings up the median. Now, right now, we're actually going to be driving over the 403. So the easiest access to the 403 is just right beside the Ancaster Smart Center that we have just left. Would be the easiest one if you're living in these neighborhoods over here. But as well, you're still going to find lots of different townhome options. More condo townhomes tend to be over here than freehold. But again, it's primarily detached homes in these neighborhoods here. Now, what's also home to, we're going to be passing in a second, is the two main pools that you're going to be enjoying if you enjoy swimming or want your kids to learn how to swim in Ancaster. Is you got the Ancaster Aquatic Center right beside or attached, technically speaking, to the Ancaster Public High School, which is the only high school that's for public kids in Ancaster, so we'll pass that by it too. And then you have this great outdoor pool just along Jerseyville Road as well. So right here at this stop sign, we're pretty much on the border of where Ancaster's neighborhoods become more just like rural Ancaster with those estate properties. So we'll take a right here and we'll show you a couple of great parks. Now, I'll also mention, as we're going to be seeing them both at the same time, you got the Morgan Firestone Arena and the Robert E. Wade Sports Park off to the left, which is just across the road from the Ancaster Public High School. So lots of green space over here to enjoy. But as you can see right here, here's a lot of different bungalows and back splits just right over here. And as you can see, here is the Ancaster Public High School. It's kind of tucked behind all of these trees here. Has also been rated quite highly on the Fraser Institute ranking. So basically, no matter where you're living in Ancaster, your kids are going to be either going to the Bishop Tonos Catholic High School we saw earlier, or this public high school right here, both of which are easily within the top 5 of high schools in Hamilton for your kids to go to. Now, we do have a nice little Little League baseball park over here that they do occasionally serve ice cream. Here's that little outdoor pool I was mentioning. It's the Lions outdoor pool right off to the left right there. And we're kind of driving along the border of the Spring Valley neighborhood. Now, it might not look like that because off to the right it's all trees, of course, but here it kind of drops down for a second. We're about to climb up a little bit of a hill here. So Spring Valley, very similar to what we've seen with the middle corridor of Ancaster being those bungalows, as well as some custom infill projects. But if we take a left on Jerseyville here, that's where we're going to enter more like the Oak Hill, Clearview Estates neighborhoods. So we'll take a left on this upcoming street right here to kind of give you an idea. And then after that, we're going to go drive through downtown Ancaster, or otherwise known as Ancaster's Village. But first thing you notice when you're in like this neighborhood here is just the tree size, right? Like every home feels a bit more private. The lots are bigger compared to that of like the Meadowlands as well. But here are some of like the original homes that make up this neighborhood right here. And you'll find lots of opportunities just like these ones here. But then at the end of the street, what you're going to see is a brand new custom infill project that has probably been done in the last little bit right there. So it's a nice mixture of still that uniformity that this neighborhood gives you, but each with their own unique kind of little style and characteristics as well. Here's another infill project off to the right that they've done. Looks like this is another one right here as well, or one that they've updated quite nicely also. So lots of really nice homes over here. That's a very nice infill project as well. And then of course you can see a bungalow right beside that, and then across the street more infill projects. As you can see here, a lot of these homes are quite grandiose. Now we'll take a right on Lover's Lane right here and kind of head back into the middle of Ancaster. Actually, here's a great example of 2 infill projects, one that's done and one that they're currently working on that's got looks like a super unique design right there. And then of course across we got some more original bungalows and homes to look at. So if you are curious of what neighborhoods we would recommend for you, or I'd recommend for you, based on your family's criteria, what you're looking for in an area, whether it's in Ancaster or maybe one of the surrounding communities, as usually my clients that are interested in Ancaster, depending on the reason, of course, they could also be interested in Dundas. It's got a lot more nature, mature trees, a bit better walkable to those local gems. You got Waterdown if you're like that Meadowlands vibe. That offers lots of just great new real estate to choose from, and everything else in between. So send me and my team a message today if you're interested in learning what we'd recommend for you. Now, You're not going to see it on this drive here, but there is a small plaza right on Wilson Street. So we're about to take a left onto Wilson Street, which is where we started this video here. However, this time here, we're going to drive through the Ancaster Village. And actually, right beside us to the left in a moment is going to be where that second townhome we're going to be touring today. So if you want to see another townhome that's brand new, built in 2022 as well as the last one, keep on watching as we'll explore that. But like I was mentioning, there's a main shopping plaza right on Wilson Street here that's got a Fortino's, Shoppers Drug Mart, Dollarama, a couple other stores to choose from. But really, the two main anchors that we've already seen is the Ancaster Meadowlands Plaza and the Ancaster Smart Center. So as we take a left here, as you can see, these homes that are those 3-story townhomes off to the left right here are going to be one of the ones that we are going to be touring shortly. And just to show you how quick of a walk it is to the Ancaster Village, right now we're just going to drive down Wilson Street, and you can easily walk if you live there. And as soon as we start to hit these kind of flower pots, or more specifically the sign that says Ancaster Village, this is where downtown Ancaster is, where a lot of the local gems are to enjoy as well. So one of my favorite local gems in Ancaster is just over here to the right, and that is going to be the Chocolate Sensations. Just a fantastic spot to get ice cream is mainly what I get there, but they have a lot, of course, amazing chocolatey treats. Then you have this great iconic church here. Now we're not going to be driving past it, as we've actually already driven past, and I forgot to mention it, but another great local gem here is the Ancaster Mill, a super high-end fine dining restaurant that has some of the best food I've ever tried in my life. But now, kind of as you pass this church over here to the right, that's where you're going to be finding really the core of Ancaster's Village. So here's also home to the Ancaster Farmers Market that happens every single Wednesday during the warmer months. Off to the right here is also where you're going to be finding the Ancaster's Public Library branch right here. And then a bunch more great local gems. One of my favorite breweries is over here as well at the Blackbird Brewery, just off to the left. And even you have a great French bakery right here at Canshish Bakery. But one of these supposedly more haunted places, as it's got a lot of history, as you can see here, with these buildings, is the Coach and Lantern British Pub. Apparently it's haunted according to a couple people online, so I've not experienced anything with ghosts, but you never know. And then we'll just take a right here. So now we're kind of into the Maywood neighborhood, kind of like what we started in the middle corridor of Ancaster, offering a variety of different homes, all with a lot of charm to choose from. But that was the driving tour of Ancaster. Of course, if you want to see more driving tours like this, comment down below which community you'd be most interested in seeing next. Otherwise, let's go tour that second townhome we're going to be seeing today. Alrighty guys, welcome to the second townhome we're going to be touring today. And if you're looking for a new townhome that's walkable to Ancaster's Village, this townhome right behind me here on Wilson Street is going to be the closest thing you're going to be finding to Ancaster's Village that is a newer townhome, as these townhomes here were built back in 2022, and this one here offers 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms with 2 powder rooms and 2 full bathrooms as well. Now, this one here is a condo townhome with the condo fees being about $400 a month. However, it's listed at quite a reasonable price tag that I'll share with you in a moment. But as you walk in here, you have essentially the main room, or in other words, the basement here, as there's no underground basement. However, with that said, you have a nice walkout right here to your little backyard that you can enjoy, and it's just a great space, either a kid's playroom, a home office, another sitting area is nice, and you have a bathroom on every level here, which I know for those 3-story townhomes is a massive deal. So that there was the powder room on the main floor. You also have a single car garage with the access here, and of course your coat closets as you walk in. But as we head to the second floor, one of the reasons why I like these townhomes here right on Wilson Street is the layout of that 3-story, because sometimes it can feel very narrow and crammed. You don't find that with these townhomes here. As if I show you the main floor and how they've kind of laid it out, you have this huge living room here, which leads you out to your deck. I'll show you that quickly right now. So you got a nice private deck with lots of mature trees surrounding the area. But the real star of the show is this level here and how open it is. You got easily 9 feet ceilings throughout, a huge kitchen that has been updated throughout with stainless steel appliances, lots of afternoon natural light coming right here. And as you can see, it's on Wilson Street. You're about a 2-minute walk from Ancaster's village. And on the other side, you have 2 doors going out to your deck. And in between those, of course, is your fireplace. Then you have a little closet right here, as well as the powder room for this floor tucked right beside the kitchen. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing other townhomes in other areas of Hamilton, comment down below which townhomes you want to see next. But as we head up to the 3rd floor here, that's where you're going to be finding the 3 bedrooms. So we have the primary bedroom at the back of the home here, easily big enough to fit a king-size bed. But off to the right, you're going to find a walk-in closet, as well as your own ensuite bathroom right here. Then just across the hallway, what you're going to be finding is your laundry on the top floor, located right here, as well as 2 additional bedrooms with their own bathrooms. So lots of bathrooms in this townhome here. This one here is the smallest of the 3 bedrooms and still a good enough size for easily a kid's room or a great home office with, again, lots of ample natural light. And then here is this 3rd bedroom right here, the 2nd biggest bedroom in the home as well, looking out onto the front. So this townhome here is listed for $769,000. And if you want to learn more about what it's like living in Ancaster, the next video I'd recommend for you is my video breaking down the complete map. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.